50th annual Indy Expo. So big, doing it 2 days this year. If you ever had a burning question about KISS, the inside scoop, we're gonna have 2 roving microphones. Steve's got one, Keith will have one. Just raise your hand, he'll come over, and you can ask your question of the God of Thunder. Please welcome Gene Simmons.
Please sit down, please sit down, please sit down.
I love you, Gene! I love you too.
I just want to say before we start, usually it's all about me, all about me, all about me.
It is.
But it was a real honor and a privilege to meet some of you, all of you backstage. Really appreciate the kind words you had. I want you to know it's a privilege and an honor to be here, and sincerely, without you guys, we wouldn't be here, so you're the bosses, we just work here. Just want you to know that. And good night. That's true. I would stick my tongue out except...
The floor's dirty!
The floor's dirty. By the way, I would be remiss in my inferred fiduciary duty to myself if I didn't mention, go to gsax.com. See these instruments? There is nothing like this anywhere in the world. Nobody has this. One of you come up here and look at this unbelievable instrument. Who's going to come up?
Me?
Okay, come on up. Come on up, somebody. Anybody? Yeah, the good-looking one. No, this young man, this young man. You take this microphone in your hand and describe what it feels like and whether or not it's cool, and show everybody what you're doing.
Speechless.
Me.
Plays great, feels great. I want one.
It feels expensive, and it is. These are the process. The process is unknown to anybody else, actually. We have a guy named Jim Cara on the East Coast who hand makes these, so there's only 4 or 5 made per month. That's how long it takes to make them, and I almost knocked one down. And the process, seriously, this has silver in it, so you can tell it's unequaled anywhere else in the world. I'm so proud of these. And if you want one, you know where to get them, but there's very limited supply. gsax.com. I'm sorry? Your birthday's coming up. So there's the studded ones and the gold chrome ones, which are my favorites, and that's it. So listen, I'm here for you. You guys, anything you want to know, anything you want to tell me, my breath stinks, my schmeckle's too long, whatever it is.
Hey, I'm single.
Okay? How should we do this? Should we?
We got 2 mics, Gene. I got one, he's got the other.
Okay.
Got one right here.
You take over.
Okay, Gene.
Louder on the microphones, please.
Okay, about 27 or 28 years ago, you did a function that you were a guest speaker at, and I was really thrilled to meet you then. And afterwards, there was like coffee and donuts, and you were so gracious and so sweet, and you spoke to many of us. And I really didn't want to go that day because I was really depressed because I'm a cancer survivor, and I was afraid it came back. No, I hope I don't get emotional. But you were so sweet. You put your hand on my shoulder, and you looked at me and asked if I was okay. And I said I was. And I told you I was a cancer survivor, and you told me that don't let it define you, you define it. And I know thank you. I'm 36 years of mission.
This is what a rock star looks like.
You were so sweet. You said I'm sorry I get emotional. And you were really sweet.
Yeah, well, listen, playing in a band and doing all this stuff, this is all fun and games, but when you meet our military and when you meet real heroes like my beautiful friend, what's your name?
Linda Marriott.
Both names, that's right. You better remember it, not just one. You get it all in one package. You get inspiration and motivation, not from people who are grandiose and self-aggrandizement and other big words like gymnasium. You get real motivation and inspiration from people like her, who remind you that every day above ground is a good day, and you better stop complaining.
Jerry's mother and City of Hope, because I'm new here and they told me I wasn't supposed to play. Hope I didn't get that memo.
That's right. God bless you. And I pity anybody who gets in her way because she's a killer, so don't mess with her.
6-degree black belt.
6-degree black belt. That's the end. Wow. Thank you for coming out. I need a hug. Well, I'll give one to Sharon. Don't you worry. You got too much living to do. The hell with that stuff.
Yeah, I forgot to get the memo, but thank you so much.
God bless you. Okay.
All right, Gene, coming over here. Hey, Gene, I'm Mike from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Right over here. Drove all the way up from Virginia. I was in Jan Bankowski's parish, Bill Coyne's sister. Sorry that Bill passed away. Jan just recently passed away also. I was wondering, I airbrushed this t-shirt, and what is the crime for selling these on eBay?
You gotta raise these microphones because I know where you live. In all seriousness, we wish Ace the best. I've always loved the guy. Today that he's clean and sober, he says. He sends me photos of his new life. He's in Palm Springs, he's got a girlfriend, and you know, we had lunch recently, and I think if he had to do it all over again, he obviously would do it differently. He's made some very bad choices in his life. Wasted life of I mean, he could have been up here with us and just enjoyed the fruits of his labor, and now he's got to do the wish I woulda, coulda, shoulda. You can't live life that way. So I don't know what the answer to your question was, but
It was about selling Kiss stuff on, I airbrushed this shirt. If I sell these on eBay, am I breaking the law?
do it quietly so I don't know about it. Because I have to maintain the interstate commerce rules of the trademarks. And that means if you get too big, we will crush you. Hey, by the way, you know the album Love Gun, and you know the album Rock and Roll Over, and you know all that kind of stuff. There's by the way, wait. There's an album called Destroyer. Have you ever heard that album? There's an album called Love Gun. You know that one? The man who actually painted those covers is right here. Ken Kelly is right there. And I was going to save this news for later on, but what the hell? Ken has agreed to do original Ken Kelly paintings, one of a kind, on each one of these bases. There'll be a limited number. Ken is going to actually paint his own creations, dragons and all kinds of scary things that go bump in the night, right on these bases, and then he's going to sign them. That's going to be coming up soon. Thought you'd want to know that. Ken Kelly!
We got one here, Gene. Hi, says anything you touch turns to gold, and we're all fanatics, okay. You're doing that rocket brew thing, which is awesome. I can hardly wait if you do it in Chicago, because I live close to Chicago. Since health products are a big thing in this country, and the 5-hour energy drink and all that, and I put this in an envelope for you for your idea, we would buy it, I'm sure. They should make some like, I thought the GNC, the Gene Simmons Nutrition Center, GSNC, for you. The Kiss Rock and Roll Night energy drink. It'd make you want to rock and roll night, party every day. We'd buy it, wouldn't we? Yeah. The Kiss War Machine Power Bar. It'd make you feel like a war machine. Would we buy it? Yeah. and a Kiss Out of This World protein shake. It'll take you out of this world. I put it all in there for you. All there for you. We would buy it. I'd buy it. Your idea. I mean, not my idea, but for you.
What's the question?
That's all I want for you. No more questions. You're off.
It's in
I
that
love you.
It's in that package you gave me.
It's in an envelope for you.
The envelope.
Yeah.
Okay, the only question I have is, why are there other photos in there of farm animals?
That was my past life. That was my past life.
It was a mistake.
Oh, okay, one question. If you do get a phone call from the Hall of Fame, from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, will you accept it or no?
Hell no.
Honestly, it's not an issue. My life does not revolve around that organization.
Yeah.
Be inducted to the Kiss Army.
No, the very first time we ever got up on stage and met the greatest fans in the world, we got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's it. And yeah, because it begins and ends with real people who have real hearts that beat, not with backroom politics. Yep. There are 20 people backstage. One of them is an editor of Rolling Stone. The other one works as... These are people that determine who's a rock and roll legend. So in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you have some terrific pop artists and disco artists and rap artists that have nothing the fuck to do with rock and roll. Because it is an insult to their form of music that they're not in the hip-hop rock, Hall of Fame or the disco Hall of Fame or whatever Hall of Fame that they should be in. But it ain't rock and roll. You gotta play guitar, you gotta write your own songs, you must have drums, not and I don't want to hear spoken word record artists at rock and roll. That's called hip-hop. Yo, man, I'm gonna go to heaven when you go to 7-Eleven. It's not it's a respectful musical thing. It's spoken word music because they're speaking. Put it in the spoken word Hall of Fame, not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Kiss Army, that's the Hall of Fame. The Kiss Army.
Just a quick question here. Back in the early 80s, is it true or not, I've heard a rumor, did Eddie Van Halen ever get considered for Kiss?
Yes. I discovered Van Halen. It is true. We were recording. You can't make this sound system louder, huh? Make it a lot.
He loves it loud.
That's right. And right between the thighs. The answer is yes. The answer is that Eddie was very unhappy with Roth, just like I warned him in the beginning, respectfully. So we were recording at Record Plant. We were doing Creatures of the Night. And we didn't have a guitar player. We had different guys playing leads because we didn't yet settle on who was going to play lead. And so Eddie called me. Here's one of my young fans. Eddie called me and we had lunch right across the street. Vincent Cusano, as he was known then, came with me and we sat around at a lunch table and Eddie was really upset. Roth is out of his mind, he's driving me crazy, blah, 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 and all this kind of stuff. I want to join the band. And I told him then and there, well, it's a little sudden. What is it that you want to do? I want to leave Van Halen and I want to join Kiss. Let's just talk, let's not go too fast. So he came into the studio and he played us, and it was just him on little computerized sort of keyboard at home. And it's going, this is going to be the next thing we record. I'm going, are you going to put some guitars on it? He goes, no, not really. It's going to be that thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It's tough to judge it. But I told him one thing that I'm proud I said, which was, don't leave your band. Stick it out. In all situations, in relationships and marriages with brothers and sisters and bands and teams, there are rough times. Stay true to your school, to the thing that it's your band. There are always going to be rough times. You'll get over it. Stay with the band. You don't want to be in Kiss because you're not going to be happy. You don't want Paul and Gene writing songs with, okay, now play a solo over here. No, you want to stretch out, be who you are, stay in the band. Proud to say he got over it. And there are always tough times. There are always going to be tough times. You'll get over it. So he stayed there, we stayed here. We're happy, they're happy, everybody's happy.
Great, thank you.
Second Lieutenant Fless from Air Force Junior ROTC IN-041. On behalf of me, my unit, the United States Air Force, and all the other branches, I just want to say thank you for all you've done for whether it's active duty, veterans, or people who just signed the papers to enlist.
I have to tell you that I'm embarrassed because it's so difficult to say you're welcome because I've done nothing. I've been given Purple Hearts and Medals of Honor by people who've risked their lives, and I mean, none of us are worthy of even being near your shadow because you and our military, especially now, men and women of our military, there's no draft. It's a volunteer military. So for anybody to step up and risk their lives and life and limb for an ideal and an idea, and then to say thank you to somebody who's done squat is ridiculous. I just happen to be in a band. Yeah, we try to raise some money and do some good and spread the word, but nothing compares to what you do. We honor you. What can I say?
Hi, Gene. My name is Frank from Cleveland.
Hey, Frank.
My question is, would you ever get back into movies? Would you ever do movies again? In a cameo or as a co-star?
Yes, except that movies take so long. So right now what I'm doing is I'm quietly developing 3 of them. One is called Medieval, another one's called, well, I can't tell you that other one, but because it's got some stars in it and they don't want us to talk about it. So the partner that I have is a guy named Barry Levine, who started off as a Kiss photographer. That was his first thing. And then he went on to produce Oblivion, the new Tom Cruise movie. So he and I are teaming up for some stuff. One of them is called Medieval, which is a movie that takes place in the Dark Ages in Europe, when the death was just sweeping and took 1/3 of all of Europe's population down with it, with some Vikings, some Asians and stuff like that running around Europe trying to survive. Called Medieval. It'll come out in a year.
All right, hey Gene. You know me as the bowling girl behind. My name's Kaylee Jean, actually. That's what I go by. Everybody calls me Jean at school because
Could you put the microphone closer to her lips?
they call me Jean at school because I'm just erratic. I have you all down in my front of my locker. I have Kiss as all my school supplies and stuff like that. So I'm a huge fan of you. You're my god.
I'm a huge fan of you.
Thank you. First of all, can I have one other hug, please? Please.
Come up on stage. Let him see it. Be gentle.
I love you. Also, what is your favorite childhood memory or like teenage memory at like my age of 17?
Childhood memory? Birth.
Not like that. I mean like after you came to New York and you settled in and had friends and your fanzines and stuff like that, what was your favorite memory?
The thing that, you know, it didn't hit me when I first came to America, but my favorite memory was, I get choked up when I start talking about this, so so I have to think about it. It didn't hit me until much later. When I came to America, I was 8 years old with my mother. Our father left us when I was about 6 or 7, but you know what? Lots of dads have done that shamefully. And when I first came to America, I didn't know anything. I'd never heard of Santa Claus or Jesus or lots of stuff. I didn't know anything. We never had Kleenex toilet paper, we never had toilet paper, we never had toothbrushes, we had nothing. And we came to America, and I didn't understand it. See, now the choking up stuff starts, so that's why I have to stop. And it wasn't until many years later that I understood at that moment, when I stepped onto blessed America and its soil, trying to control myself, that I would be given the same privileges as anybody born here, only in America. That's my most profound, important moment in my life, when I was allowed to step on this soil. And I'm proud to say I'm a legal immigrant. When I grow up, I want to be just like you. Can you answer that cell phone? That might be for me.
Gene, my name is Justin, and what was your hardest decision you had to make of the last 40 years of being in KISS? Not like personal life, though. Not like.
You know, for a little guy, you're kind of smart. Have you ever thought about public office? So, you don't, do you mean in KISS or sort of?
In KISS.
In KISS?
Yeah.
The hardest moment is to tell people that you care about on the same team that their decisions in life are affecting the whole team badly. In other words, I've made some mistakes in my life, and one of the biggest mistakes was not practicing tough love. Here's what that means. The two guys who are equally as important to Paul and myself in starting a band, an idea, something that's become a culture, something that's affected tens of millions of people around the world with tattoos on their bodies and their kids named after us and all kinds of other stuff. I didn't have the guts to stand up because I cared about the other two guys in the band and tell them that drugs and alcohol were ruining their lives and affecting the band and was the ultimate insult to the fans. I didn't have the balls because I wanted to play safe and not tell. That's called an enabler. I was an enabler. I didn't tell a drug addict and an alcoholic that they were drug addicts and alcoholic. And if you care about somebody, you have to take them by the scruff of the neck and tell them to shape up or ship out. And that this is not a birthright, this is a privilege. Very few people on the face of the planet get to do what we do, have the guts and man up to at least appreciate that there are people out there who are willing to pay you money and fame and fortune and have your babies just because you're in a band. For God's sakes, man up and do it, or get off the stage and let somebody else have a chance. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't let losers suck the life out of you, because they will do it like vampires. Care enough about your friends and your enemies to say, if they're in your way, get out of your way. You have great things to achieve in life, right? Will you allow me to live in the state that you govern when you become governor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, how might an aspiring musician, such as myself, achieve all the success that you have?
Okay, I'm gonna be 64, you're 12.
No, I'm 13.
Relative.
Go, Nessa! Yeah, Nessa!
I give up.
I'm not.
Yeah, I want you to know something, I'm gonna try not to sugarcoat this, but I want you to understand what you've got. At 13, you have more advantages than I ever had. You have enough food to eat, you live in a decent house. When I first came to America with my mother, she was making 35 bucks a week working in a sweat factory. Now, I'll grant you this was a while back. And I was in school from 7 a.m. until 9:30, and she wanted to keep me off the streets. And by the time I was 12 or 13, I spoke, let me show you how I spoke. Hello, what is your name? I speak like this. Yeah, all that stuff that makes people snicker and go, what's the matter, you're stupid? Can't you speak English? And ultimately, I made them all work for me. So, the answer is, nothing is easy, and you're going to have to work your tootsies off, and that means if you want to be the president, nobody's born doing that. You want to be a rock star, nobody's born doing that. You want whatever, a dentist, a lawyer, you got to put in the time. It's called due diligence. Put in the work, put in the time, have the right thing at the right place and the right time. So, let's say I'm in Paris, France, and I want to be a country singer. Am I in the right place? No. I would probably have a better chance being in Nashville. So I'm a country singer, or let's say I'm in Led Zeppelin, but I'm born in the 1700s. Will those people care that I've got a riff that goes no? See, they wouldn't understand. So, right place, right thing, right time. Now you've got the right time because you've got the rest of your life. Are you in the right place? What you want to do, is it in the right place? Or should you be in LA or New York or wherever the halls of power are? Do you have the right thing? Do you have the right songs? Do you have the persona? That's your responsibility, and that's going to be your work that you're going to have to do. And the world is not American Idol and X Factor, and walking on a TV show and become a star is just a TV show, okay? Yes, there's Kelly Clarkson, one or two others, but you don't see the thousands of carcasses lying on the doorways. So nothing's easy. If it was, everybody would be successful. You want it hard enough, you'll work for it. And here's the best part. The hard work will give you tools in any other thing that you do. The don't quit thing, if you don't make it and become the next big rock star, you'll have the responsibility and the due diligence and the stuff so you can apply it to something else. Do you see what I mean? So I was a teacher, 6th grade in Spanish Harlem, at the same time that I was trying to be in a band, and I worked at Vogue magazine as the assistant to the editor, Kate Lloyd, all at the same time. And when I was a teacher in 6th grade in Spanish Harlem, one of the first words I learned from the kids was maricón la tuyo tu madre, which means, it does not mean good morning, Jewish person. Anybody speak Spanish? Yeah. Do you understand what I said? Okay, they're not nice words. So the real answer is, it's gonna be goddamn hard. And good. You should welcome the opportunity. Roll up your sleeves and go get them. We need a great rock star.
And like Kaylee, might I also have another hug?
Sure. Can I get you a sandwich or anything? Do you want it up here or do you want it down there? You'll go up there? All right, let him see you. First rule of rock and roll. May I? Okay, be gentle.
What? Hi!
Here's the first test. Grab the mic and look them in the eye. Go ahead, take charge.
Do it. Go, Nessa. Do it. Oh, yeah. Nessa.
I was just given a microphone by Gene Simmons. And this is like the biggest thing I've ever done in my life.
I envy you.
I'm so happy right now. Thank you so much.
Okay, can I tell you what you've got automatically that most people don't have? Okay, I'm going to tell you the real secret. This. When you came up to me and you said, hello, I know you were crying before, can I have a hug? And you were looking at me right smack dab in the middle of my eyes. That's power.
Thank you.
When somebody walks up to you and introduces themselves, and they do, I'm going to give you A or B. You tell me what's more impressive to you. You ready? Watch. Here's A. Hi, my name is Gene Simmons. Here's B. Hi, my name is Gene Simmons. Which one's more powerful?
A.
You betcha. And you got that naturally. Now all you need is songs and stage image, and take charge, and look right down the barrel of those eyeballs looking at you and saying, you're mine, I own you.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. She does have it. She looks me right in the eyes. Not too thrilled about the Paul Stanley outfit, but that's another. I'm kidding.
Gene, I have to say,
Paul's my favorite rock star.
I have to say one thing after that comment. Just so everyone knows, Paul wanted everyone to know, including Gene, that Paul was my first choice for the Expo. He was busy on Mother's Day. And we have a question, okay?
Oh, she's very cute.
Thank you, Gene. Hi, my name is Maria Shepard, and I'm from Missouri. What is your advice for young musicians who are struggling and trying to make it big?
In what? Is classical music, country?
In rock and roll, like.
Are you talking about yourself? Or not somebody else?
Myself and anybody in general.
Okay. Well, there are many things that you can do as a musician. You can play in a studio band, you can write songs, you can produce, you can be on the road and do roadie work. They make a lot of money. These guys can make $3,000–$5,000 a week. So there's many jobs in the music industry, and it's not just the person that's on the stage. And often the person that's on the stage, not with Kiss, because what you see is what you get. 4 guys, 1 less, Gene, that's 4, that's 5. 4 guys on stage playing their instruments, singing their songs. No samples, nobody behind stage singing anything, it's live. However, about 70% of all artists, from U2 to the Stones, Taylor Swift, Rihanna, hip-hop musicians, almost anybody else on stage, we love lots of music, is not real live.
Right.
Samples, chords, and tapes. And hip-hop artists don't even have bands in front. There's just one guy on that stage going like that, and go,
right.
I was walking down the street, you got to shut up before I kill you. So it's all. And so you just have to decide what it is you want to do. There are many jobs that can be done. Aspire to greatness, and if you can't be up on stage and do that, because they will decide, not me,
Right.
then it's not sink or swim. Somebody's got to do the music, somebody's got to produce, there are engineers, there's all kinds of stuff. So find out what your options are.
Thank you, Dean.
Fly up on a platform, do you get scared when they pull you up and pull you back down?
I am scared of heights, I swear to you. I get scared to death every time. They fly me up to the top of the light truss at 8 feet a second. Now, let me tell you what that means. I'm 6'2". My son, Nick, is 6'8". Go up another 1.5 feet on top of that. That's about 8 feet a second. So you go 1, 2. You just flew that height. So it takes about 5 seconds to fly up all the way up. I want to tell you that there's a new rig that we just put in. There's a new show going out June 1st that will have commando wires that are completely invisible. And I'm going up 16 feet a second. So the brown stuff you will see falling from the sky will be this 64-year-old kike going, scariest thing in the world, because you're going up in darkness, and when you're up there and I'm going, When I'm up there feeling like the God of thunder and everything, the truth is under me it's all going like this, and I've got a sort of, it's horrific. Why I ever thought that was a good idea, I don't know.
You do it for us, King!
Yes, I do. You, sir, are a powerful and attractive man.
You too!
Thank you. Did I answer your question? Yes. Good? All good? Good.
Hi, Gene. Andy from BB, Indiana. I want to let you know everybody at Belterra Casino misses you and wants you to come back and visit them. First of all.
Thank you.
And second of all, you haven't booked the Cincinnati date yet this year, but what are you bringing to the tour this year different from last?
Okay, that's a good question. I'm going to ask your opinion, so come on up. Nobody's ever seen this. Well, very few people. The powerful and attractive Paul Stanley just scribbled on a piece of paper about 2 months ago what I'm going to show him. Tell people what you're seeing.
That is awesome. That is a spider. That is a big spider. It is going up. Now, yeah, that's pretty decent. I don't even have my glasses on, and that's pretty decent. It's going up, and then everything comes up around it. Where are you at?
Well, to give you a sense of the perspective, you see that black area? That's about 6 feet. So how tall is that?
Wow, that's pretty tall.
That's not the microphone, this is. Yeah, you never put the ketchup bottle top on top of your coffee, did you? You never tried to screw it in accident, no. So, what you saw there is actually being built right now in Las Vegas. It's going to debut June 1st at Stockholm Stadium, because we're a touring band, we're going to be out there. I didn't get this thin for nothing. And this spider is just beyond anything you've seen. It'll shoot fireballs out of its tentacles. It'll be able to be flat and come up and walk almost to the front of the stage. Wow. It'll be able to just come up like this with the legs going like, it's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And in back of it'll be a 70-foot screen, plus all the amplifiers and the things, and then from the front of the stage it'll be like this. We're going to levitate and go up 30 rows into the audience. We're going to do, and play songs. It costs a fortune to do this, but, yeah, that's right, it is for you. We promised ourselves a long time ago, please God, just give me the chance. We'll do anything, we'll make it spectacular. It'll be the best tour yet, you'll see.
Gene, do you remember coming to Evansville, Indiana?
Evansville, sure. Roberts Stadium.
No more.
I know, it's gone.
I know we have a new stadium. Will you come back, please?
Sure.
People, I've got thousands, probably 3,000 people wanting you to come back.
Of course. I remember playing there. It was Billy Preston, Kiss, and Rush. And I'll never forget getting a phone call in the middle of the night from Billy Preston, asking me if I wanted to come into his room and watch some movies together.
I have one other thing. May I show you this to see if I picked you right?
Sure. Oh, that's great. Too bad they can't see it. Can we take a photo of this, Keith, for kissonline.com? By the way, this young gentleman was the private valet of President Reagan and worked in President Bush's cabinet. He was actually secretly in charge of America all along. Now he's taking photographs. Isn't that great? You're a powerful and attractive man.
Find one of the guitars of yours. This is from Metallica.
Who?
At least I'm being truthful.
I actually love Metallica, and I remember Lars when he was 12 years old when he slept outside the Stockholm Hilton to see, in hopes of seeing his favorite band, Kiss. It's even got the copies. Yeah, but that's a little small. My schmeckel's much bigger than that.
Hey Gene, over here, bud. Chris from Columbus, Ohio. I've been KISS Army since '78, KISS Navy since 2011. Going again this year, and I just want to know.
Going where?
To Miami for KISS Cruise 3.
Oh, KISS Cruise 3, yeah, that's right.
I just want to know, so I can make my travel arrangements, and I know there's some other cruisers here with us. Is there going to be a Miami date around the cruise that perhaps we could come and see a show before or after?
Well, there's so much going on. We are teaming up, believe it or not, with the two entities that we're very proud to be associated with. First of all is the Bull Riding Association. I don't know if you've been keeping track, but if you go to any bull riding thing, there's Destroyer, there are different horses, and then the KISS camps hidden, that's one thing. And arena football. So KISS Arena Football. We're going to be appearing in, does anyone know the date?
Orlando, August 16th.
August 16th in Orlando, Florida, at the stadium, I believe. Is that right? Yeah, at the stadium for the last arena football event. So it's not going to be close to KISS Cruise, but it's close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close as we're going to get, at least.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thanks. The cruises are awesome. Love it.
You know, and we're so proud of the cruises, and we have such a great time. Going to bring Sophie and Nick and Shanna with us, and we're just going to have a great time there. By the way, Nick, you know, is putting a band together. He's in the studio with a guy named Eddie Kramer, producing his own stuff now. Eddie Kramer engineered or produced Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, actually engineered the Beatles, and my favorite band, KISS. And Sophie's in Nashville recording. I just heard 2 songs. Keith, how are those tunes? Yeah, they're great. So Sophie got herself on X Factor and decides she wants to do it, and they're both doing their own indie films, separate. So they're both acting this week or next week in something or other. Work, put your kids to work, bring that money in.
Yeah, Gene, I just want to thank you for all the great years of music you brought everybody and keeping the band together. I've heard of people, everybody has their opinion, and some people with Eric and Tommy, who I love the band. You know, I feel like people are like, when the team is winning, you know, if you're a sports fan, everything's cool, but when they're losing, I hate this team. And people have said to me, and I've heard comments, oh, they're not the real KISS, they're you know, a tribute band, blah, blah, blah. No. Are they touring? Are they wearing the makeup? Are they playing? Are they doing? How many years have they been doing this? They're the real KISS. You know, I'm not a fair weather fan. I've been with you guys from the beginning, man. And my ink proves 11 hours of dedication to you guys for everything you've done for me and everybody else. And I appreciate you keeping the band together, because if you didn't do what you had to do, which was like a business decision, let's face it, we wouldn't be here doing this, I don't think.
Well, you're very sweet. I appreciate it. I just want to say this in support of Ace and Peter. They were every bit as important as we were at the formation of the band. The very same guys who were important for the formation of the band should not be there past a certain point, because they would be the killing of the band. Not everybody is designed to be a long-distance runner. That's just life. This should be the Olympics. If they find anything in your bloodstream, they should kick out your sorry ass, because you don't deserve to be there. I don't care how talented you are. So you have to have respect for the fans. You're paying a fortune for a ticket to get up there. The least you deserve is for somebody who goes up there, clean mind, clear body, military baby. Go out there and give them all you've got for the privilege of not having to flip for burgers, for God's sake. So Nobody that gets up on stage, I threw up, I passed out, next. That's why that word is in the dictionary. So we wish Ace and Peter well, hope they're healthy and happy. KISS continues with or without you.
Thank you for keeping it alive. I appreciate that. And I want to thank you. I know he said about the military, but I had a cousin of mine who was killed in the Middle East, 20 years old. And I was very close to him, and it was tough, by one of the roadside bombs. But they fight for our freedom and our rights, and I appreciate everything that you guys do to give back for them. It's great. And I just want to say thanks for everything, like, you know, that. And another thing is, will we ever see a KISS museum?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's coming. You know, when the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was first going up in Cleveland, one of the founders called me up and said, you know, we're very cognizant of the fact that KISS is a huge influence, blah, 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 and we would like 10 outfits and 30 guitars, blah, blah, and your stage set and stuff to put into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I said, thank you. I just want to understand the business model a little bit. Are you charging for tickets, or is it non-profit? If it's non-profit, you can have full access to stages, costumes, everything else. Is that not? No, we're going to be charging tickets. Okay, how much are you going to be charging for tickets? Well, charge this. I say, what's your profit margin for a year? Well, it's going to be this million, that million. What's my share? He goes, well, that's going to be promotion. You should put it in there. I said, I'll make a deal with you. When KISS goes out and plays for a few million people, give me all your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stuff for free. I'll give you promotion. That's not how it works. You want our stuff in there? You're going to be making money? Give me a slice. It's the American way.
Right.
So needless to say, they get nothing.
Hi, I'm Nikki, and I'm from Waterville, Michigan. I was just curious, what gives you the most gratification? Is it doing the cruises, your concerts, or family?
Or family.
Family's always important, but how do you put gratification to between family and your business, your music?
You shouldn't have to decide, because one thing makes the other possible. The fact that I'm in KISS and work my tail off, and the other stuff I'm involved in keeps my family healthy and all that stuff. So you need work in order to make family. You can't just love somebody and be at home and not go to work. You got to go to work. And you've got to take care of yourself first. My philosophy is the same as the airlines of the world. And they tell you right on board, if there's ever any bad weather, the oxygen masks will fall down. And what they tell you to do is very strange. They say, we know you would give your life for your child, but take the oxygen mask and put it on your face first. Don't put it on your child's face first, which sounds nuts. Except for the fact that if you can't help yourself, you won't be able to help anybody else. So work, and lots of it, and amassing tons of money, yeah, it's funny, enables me to do good charity work, buy my mother the hip operation she needs, feed my family, take care of it. Work makes everything happy. By the sweat of thy brow, it's in a good book my people wrote.
Hey Gene, how you doing?
Great.
I just want to say thank you for the heartfelt words that you said to me earlier in the back. Really made me stand up here. I rate that.
You're taller than I will ever be. You're in the military. I am nothing.
Thank you. I rate the comments or what you said to me backstage up there with being congratulated by my higher ups and all the medals and ribbons I've ever received. My question, well, actually, it's a two-part question. What took you so long to realize Shannon was a keeper? And second part.
Look at the women stand up. Yeah, that's right.
And the second part of that is, how do you feel now knowing that you have that ring on your finger and it's legal?
Guess what? I can do the jokes all you want. All the girls will tell you when they came up. The hugs and the stuff, I didn't do any of the stuff that I'm trained to do as the male of the species. I didn't bump and grind, I didn't do any of that stuff. Shannon, you listening? She's right. She's listening to every word. Before I came here, she called Keith LaRue and said, okay, no cookies, and you can't have any cake. Am I right? You son of a bitch, if you give him any cookies, I want. She's like God, all-knowing. She knows where I am, where I go, when I... So, here's the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm the male of the species, and I used to do, it's in my DNA. We manufacture hundreds of millions of sperm until the day we die. You stop dropping 2 eggs by the time of your middle years. God didn't make a mistake. I'm just doing God's work. Spread thy seed. That's what I was doing. You have to write all these down. It's good stuff. I say it all the time, but... So, I come from a broken family, and everybody goes, yeah, poor me, poor me. And my dad left us, and I was an only child until I found my half-brothers and sisters. So I grew up learning to be my own man. So whenever anybody said, especially women, where are you going? Where am I going? Who wants to know? I'm a self-made man. I never borrowed a dime. I made my own money. I'm not going to subject myself to anybody. And then I met... and I lived with Cher, and then Diana Ross, and a few other women you probably have heard of and thought I was, meant nothing. There is such a thing in the universe as love, except I was so arrogant and selfish all my life because I get up on stage, all that stuff, and, in Kiss you can wake up next to somebody whose name you never bothered to learn. So all of that contributes to this kind of, I don't need to do anything. So I was with Shannon, and I've been together with Shannon 30 years, but I've only been married 1. And all that time, all those 29 years, I was king of the assholes. In fact, my solo record, the most recent one, a classic, was called Asshole. So, it takes a long time. It's maybe for the male of the species to grow up. It certainly took me a long time. And then you have to ask yourself, as a man, the following question. It's really an important one. One day, you and I and anybody here is going to be pretty close to taking their last breath. And the question you have to ask yourself is, who do you want by your bedside? Your kids who love you? The woman who stood by your side all your life who loves you? Or some fluffy blow-up doll? Who do you want around you? Do you want somebody who loves you, shared your life with you? It comes down to love. So the closer I get to death, the faster I grow up. I've been a kid all my life, and ladies, if you see a man who's in his 40s and stuff, don't kid yourself. He's a 14-year-old horny boy. Looks like a man, it's actually a boy. I swear you that's true. And he will lie to you. He will lie to you all your life, no matter what you hear. Starting from the first lie, I promise I'll pull out. Your entire life, you're the only one, and you get all lies, 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 lies. And eventually, we man up. Happens late. But when we do, boy, when love hits here, takes a long time for us. When love hits, we'd give our life for you and the family and for our kids. We would give it all. Nobody will touch our family. Takes a long time, but please hang in with us. Some of us are worth it, I hope.
Well, actually, I'd like to say something. We're both beautiful and powerful men.
That's right.
And I have the 4 faces of Kiss on the back of my calves. I'd like to show them to you.
Sure. May I come down there with you? You don't care? That's all right. Those are some, should we give stripper music or? I think your pants are too tight, sir. Oh, there it is. Please don't fart. Yeah, there she be. And I'm on top, which is how Paul likes it. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal.
Hi, Gene.
Where?
Over here, Gene.
I'm slow, but I mean well.
Jim from Indy.
Hi, Jim.
Thanks for coming.
I am Indy.
And did you get the cookies I made for you?
I did. It's got my faces on there, and I took a photo of it. I took a photo of it and sent it to Shannon because I'm not allowed to have the cookies.
Well, I made the cookies because Kiss is the king of merchandising, and it might be a good idea one day down
Kiss
the road.
cookie. I get it. Kiss cookies. Cookies with a K. Got it.
Cookies with a K. With a K. I have a couple questions. What is your favorite horror movie? Ever.
Ever. That was a pretty horrible movie. Yeah, you're right. A favorite horror movie of all time? Runaway. I thought was that Gene Simmons was a powerful and attractive man. I would say the most Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, 1925, F.W. Murnau directed it.
Nice. Mine is Them with the giant ants.
Hold on. James Arnaz, James Whitmore. That's right.
Yeah, very, very nice. Very nice.
Try me. Anybody else? Try any horror movie, any decade. I'll tell you more than you want to know about it.
Insidious!
United Artists, by the way. Pardon me?
United Artists, yes.
Insidious. Very good. Okay, here's my impression. And then they go back there. Or somebody's singing, and then there's a little kid walking by.
Question I had is, interviews with Paul Stanley always said he drove a cab in Manhattan.
He did.
In New York City.
I rode in it.
You did? I did. His, I can always remember he'd go past the arena, Madison Square Garden, and say, one day I'm going to play there. Now, the question is, was that in your mind too, and when did you know that your KISS quote-unquote company, rock and roll band, merchandising, looking at the big picture, when did you feel in your head and your heart that, okay, we're here and we are going forward and have even a lot more to do?
You know, we were opening up for bands like Savoy Brown and Argent and Manfred Mann and all sorts of bands. We knew right away something was going on because people wouldn't let us get off the stage. Originally, we'd walk out and people said, what the hell, what's this, Bozo the Clownville? What the hell is it? By the second song, they'd be on their feet, then on their chairs. And we only had one album worth of material, so we'd get off the stage. And when we'd get encores, which was every night, we'd come out and do Deuce again and Strutter again. So we were doing it every single night and blowing the bands off, that the tour manager for Argent and the other bands kept pulling our power. And what happened was Junior, our then first road manager, locked their road manager in a case and pulled a knife on him and locked him in a road case. Of course, he was arrested, but we were allowed to do the entire set all over again. So we knew it when we started seeing people wear it, doing homemade KISS t-shirts before there was a t-shirt sort of a thing. So we knew it right at the beginning. I never dreamed at almost 64 years of age I'd be looking into your pretty face talking about the band that we all had a dream. So everything starts with a little idea. You plant a little seed. If you have love and caring, the right amount of sunshine and the right amount of thing, it takes a lot of time and effort, and finally you see the fruits come up. It takes a long time, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
One more question, I'll let you go.
I never touched her.
I did. What is your take on rock and roll today? Rock and roll, not the hip hop stuff, which you're pretty good at anyway, so you might have a career in that, but that's a joke. I'm sure you won't have a career in that. What is your take on where's rock and roll going from this point on? Do we know?
I think I know. It's going to live and die, like always, by the personalities and the talent that comes up. There are some things that veer on the rock and roll thing. There's a great band called Muse It sort of sounds like modern Queen and stuff. There's great shows, they care about that stuff, and most of it is real. I will say that whatever you think of hip-hop or not, there's not one hip-hop artist that can play stadiums on their own. They have to team up. So you get Dr. Dre and MC Criminal and whoever else. See, that was a joke. There's no MC Criminal, because statistically it's accurate. MC Criminal. So you'll get Justin and teaming up with a Dr. Dre or something, then you can fill it up, Eminem and so on. But mostly there's not one. On the other hand, the biggest bands in the world are the Stones, U2, and Metallica's playing in some stadium here, and Pearl Jam. But if you play guitar and drums, it is predominantly the stadium music of planet Earth. Other forms of music just don't rise to that thing because it's called anthems. When you go in there and you feel nationhood, when you feel a connection, I mean, I feel it too. I'm getting a Woody even as I'm talking. But then again, I get Woody when I Love Lucy reruns, so it doesn't take... Maybe that's good. Ethel was hot. She wasn't just doing Fred. She and Lucy were... Where are we going? What are we talking about? You have to have that sense of belonging so you can meet somebody. I mean, I've seen it on the Kiss cruises where strangers have dinner with each other and wind up being best friends for life. You have to have a connection above and beyond the music, a sense of belonging, a culture, a nationhood. It exists in rock and roll. It's free-flowing, no rules and all that stuff. You don't have to dress a certain way, you don't have to be a certain way. And other forms of music give you, here's the costume, here's what you gotta look like, here's what you gotta believe in. So I still believe in rock and roll, and this will continue forever as long as there's gonna be another 15-year-old kid someplace in Nebraska who wants to plug in and just...
You know there is.
I do. I do. Could be some of those young kids here. You never know. Okay? Good.
Hi, Gene. I'm Walt from Crown Point, Indiana. My question is, I know there were a couple of songs that came from Wicked Lester onto Dress to Kill, and you already admitted that you rewrote Simple Type to be Charisma off of Dynasty. Are there other songs?
There have been at least 3 songs that I rewrote from that song.
Right. My main question is, one thing that I could tell, I'm a musician, so I kind of could hear it. Did Paul Stanley rewrite Keep Me Waiting Till You Could Buy off of the solo album?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of could tell by the way it sounded.
But there's been a lot of that. You know, I walked in one day at the beginning of the band and I said to Paul, I got a great idea. I'm going to rip off Brown Sugar by the Stones, which is about prostitute, you know, thing, and I'm going to do brown, black, da, 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 da. Good job. Crazy on you. Oh, I'm sorry, that's hard. Da, 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 da. Oh, I'm sorry, that was hard.
I taught him that, by the way.
It's a good lick. And it's not hard, it's Kiss.
Right.
That's where they took it.
Jelly roll!
Ooh.
Sweet and dirty love!
She knows all of it. So, that's right, Jelly Roll became Sweet Dirty Love.
You should have been a comedian, too.
I'm kind of fun. But anyway, what I was going to say was that, so I said, you know, Black Diamond. So he said, great idea. So next day he comes in first. Psycho Circus, which he wrote, that was mine. He came in and ripped it off before. And so there are a few of those. So when Paul would come in, mostly in the beginning, because we lived different places, he'd have a piece or a chorus or something. I'd say, that's cool, but how about this riff? So those early songs, Black Diamond and Love Her All I Can and Strutter and all those things that we get credit or don't get credit, almost always the riffs are mine. Paul would start writing the stuff, and somehow we'd stick the pieces together. I forgot what the question was because I love the sound of my own voice.
No, you said yes. I said, from Wicked Lester, Keep Me Waiting then sounded a lot like Goodbye from Paul's solo album, and you said yes. Okay, I have another statement, especially at the last season of Family Jewels. You know, when I was
Gene Simmons' Family Jewels.
Gene Simmons' Family Jewels, because when they made you, they broke all the rules. When I was
That's not bad.
When I was growing up and heard the first chord of Black Diamond and was grabbed by the nads, said you are now a Kiss fan. You know, you guys were this rock and roll comic book superheroes, untouchable, you know, this out of fantasy and whatnot. But when you took the makeup off, and even when you put it back on...
I'm sorry.
No, dude, no, I'm not saying anything bad. When you took the makeup off, and especially you got to learn about the human being behind the persona and the family jewels, for me, it made me realize, it made me appreciate you as a musician and performer a lot more than just somebody who's just a fantasy and somebody who's not real. And as a father, and as a son, and as a husband, I really appreciate how you made an honest man out of yourself in the last season. So thank you.
Look at father and son high-fiving. That's cool. You want to talk about cool? It's not here. Right there.
You taught me how to play this thing.
You can play? Let's see what you got.
Me or him?
Anybody who wants to step up.
Oh, God, here we go.
Hold on, I'm bringing over a microphone. Hold on.
It's like hugging Eric Singer last
That's
year.
all right. Yeah, but I'm going to put my microphone next to your, well, down there. I hope nobody's taking a photo of this because it looks really weird.
You got something I need.
Just stop taking photos because I can see.
I can play bass to that.
Now I'll tell you where that solo came from. Ace stole it note for note from the Blues Magoos. You ain't seen nothing yet, ain't got bow da 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 boo da da battle diddle diddle da. Here's the solo. It's the Blues Magoos. Tell you another story. Pearl Jam, Mike McCready said so. Sure enough, on Pearl Jam. And then he goes again. He says he got it from Ace. Ace got it from John Densmore of The Doors. Check it out.
Hello, Gene. Over here, sir. I like what you said about your work ethics and the family and kids getting out there. You're talking to the girls, you know, about going after what you want. I have a son, 13. He's starting to play Kiss music. Heaven's on Fire right now. He's learning that right now. Does pretty good. Your passion for the music, you know, it's all over the place. I love it when I go out and I see other Kiss fans. But it's like we're spread out. You know, it's not like you see, you know, 100 unless we go to Kiss Expo. And I work at, you know, law enforcement, and I'm a Kiss fan, and everybody gives me, you know, crap sometimes. Oh, you're a Kiss fan, but I'm proud. You know, I'm part
Just tell them they don't have
part of the Kiss Army. I got it right here on my arm, and yeah, I'm just recently married here past year, and I put Kiss in my wedding, lick it up. I'm pulling the garter with my teeth off my wife's leg, and that. I had to get permission from my wife to do that. You know, she's like, yes.
Don't we all?
Yes, you can put Kiss in the wedding, but in certain spots. But I can't diss her for that because my wife is at home taking care of my family, so I can be here to honor you and Kiss.
Yay, mothers.
So I want to know, now that you're a married man like myself, and you guys are no longer doing Gene Simmons Family Jewel, what is Shannon going to be doing with herself after Mother's Day?
You know, that's a good question. Sophie and Nick are both busy, you know, doing their own stuff, working, and Sophie actually teaches kids volleyball. She's the captain, so she's passing some stuff away about, not just about sports, but about responsibility, showing up on time, teamwork, all that stuff gets you ready for life. Shannon and Sophie are developing their own TV show, which you'll be hearing about soon enough. They've got 2 offers, and one of it has to do with creating an 800 number so that anybody around the country who has rescues, animals of all kind, can plug into a national thing where there's a TV show, so you can see kind of a reality show with Sophie and Shannon rescuing dogs and, you know, abused kids, abused children. God damn it, abused pets. Because to some of us it's the same. It is, when we love our pets, boy, it's all the thing. So, when Flunkin, one of our dogs, passed by, it was like, you know, our first, but we had a funeral, we were crying, we did all the thing, because it's about love. And there's no love like your pet has for you. They give their life for you. It's true. So this idea of creating a national hotline where if you're in Nebraska and somebody's in California, there's a dog or something you fall in love with, you want to get it, so you can connect or report abused animals so there's going to be like a national sort of a easy to get. And that's what Sophie and Shannon are doing as a TV show conduit business model. By the way, somebody said, don't pick between your wife and your pet, especially if it's a dog. Love them both. There's no, right? Love them both, yeah. And here's, which one loves you more? Which one loves you more, your dog or your wife? Well, think of it this way. Lock up your wife and your dog in the trunk of your car. At the end of the day, open up and see which one is happy to see you. Just kidding, it's just a joke. The women are going, I don't like that one. Have I thought about being a comedian? Sure. Keith wants to say something. Hold on. He's from the Midwest. He's from Boston. Don't touch me. Okay. Yeah, they're trying to pull me off, and so I'm saying, no, I don't have to. No, I'm not going. I'm staying. I'm moving in. Where do you live? Where? Wabash. The Wabash Cannonball. You know the song?
We live on the Cannonball Bridge, buddy, in the middle of...
Lives on the Cannonball Bridge.
Yes.
But you know that song? The Wabash Cannonball. Who was it?
Couldn't tell you.
Who was it? No? Well, he covered it. But that wasn't the original.
The Boxcar Willie. Boxcar...
Claude Akins? No, that was on Wolverton Mountain. That was Claude Akins. That was Claude King or Claude Akins?
He's got it.
Boxcar Willie?
Boxcar Willie covered it. I don't think that was the original.
Hey, we have an extra room at my house. You can just move in. Slide
Excuse me? Roy Acuff? No. Acuff Rose Publishing out of Nashville? No. I just want you to know that I know. What? Nobody liked Chet, but no. He would have done instrument. No, sir. He would have written his own songs.
You've been to Russia. Have you been to Ukraine?
Yes, sir.
I love it out there.
He loves the Ukraine. 1 vote for the Ukraine. Odessa, also a decent Bee Gees album. Next question.
Hey, Gene. Where did you write the song Call Me Dr. Love?
Okay. I was watching a Three Stooges half-hour comedy. And it was with Mo, Larry, and Curly, because as you know, there's Shemp Howard, and there's Joe Besser, and Curly Joe Howard. There were lots of different Three Stooges. And what happened was that they were playing doctors. And they were running from one room to another, and they'd say, scissors, 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 hammer, hammer, anacanapana, anacanapana, anacanapana. So these were guys operating on human beings, Three Stooges with things. And from one room to another, they say, calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, whoop, 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 and they kept saying it for the whole thing. And I kept going, calling Dr. So for about a year when I was a kid, I'd say, calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Klein, because I used to be called Klein, calling Dr. Schmeckel, calling Dr. Thing. And finally it morphed into calling Dr. Love, because I've got the cure you're thinking of. By the way, if you ever saw Magic Mike, you know this movie where Guys are doing the bump and grind.
You should be on that movie.
McConaughey is stripping too. They call me Dr. Love. Good taste. Oh, this I gotta see. Come on up on stage. Can I help you up? Ready? 1, 2.
I might take a picture.
How did you fall off? How did you do that?
By my heels right here. I have two. Well, I want you to sign this shirt.
$5.
Right here.
He's not asking.
But do you want me to do this right now?
Yes.
Hold this. Talk to them while I sign it. I'll hold this.
Sing back. Sing back.
He can't remember. Ask him another question.
How's that going?
Okay, I signed this. Well,
You need to sign my boot. My name is Adam, and I live in Napoleon, Ohio.
Oh wait.
And my favorite thing to do is play football. My favorite band member of KISS is Paul.
it's great seeing you, kid.
God damn it!
We love you, Gene.
Now you're gonna tell Paul.
Gene, right here to your left.
Thanks. Thanks, kid.
So, in your entire career, you've put out all these albums, you've done all this merchandising. My question to you is, of all the album covers you've ever done, has there been one that you've put out and then thought that you could have done better if you had a chance to do it a second time? Different idea, different concept, or you just thought that didn't work?
Well, I tell you, I'm responsible for Unmasked. I thought, and The Elder, I drew that, the whole thing, and all that. And I thought that we were so big, because by the time of The Elder, we were playing to 200,000 people in Brazil and anywhere in the world. You know, in America, the thing, you know, sort of settled to a certain level. The rest of the world, godlike. You know, multiple dates in stadiums, beyond it. TV shows, 4-hour radio show in Mexico every day. All they did was interviews and music and all this stuff, and people calling in and arguing. I mean, it was beyond being in a band. So I thought, yeah, let's do an album called Unmasked, but we're not going to unmask. We're going to take the masks off, and under the mask is mask, because that's who we really are, kind of a thing. And I thought this was genius, and everybody hated it. So what do I know? May have done another version of that. Yes, Unmasked. How about that Cuts, that little kid over there?
Hey, Gene, thanks for being here.
Gene, one more thing over here to your left. Keith put me up to this. My favorite member of the band is Paul. Only because I portray him in Mr. Speed. That's really it.
You didn't hurt my feelings at all. Paul Stanley tells me that every day, that he's his favorite member in the band. But you know how she can be. Yeah, I know you recorded it. You're gonna play it for him, bitch.
Hi, Gene. My name's Shay. I want to thank you for...
We had a good hunt back there, didn't we?
You were wonderful. I want to thank you for the ray of sunshine for my husband and me today that you did. I also want to kind of comment on the family issue. It's running a business. You're a businessman. You should have known that a long time ago. As far as the business, you know, family is a business. Everybody's got their own place and what they do. But my question to you is, what are you doing to look so damn good? Because you look better than I've seen you for God knows how long.
Well, you know, left to our own devices, men tend to get pot-bellied and stuff. We watch sports on TV and dip chips and all this kind of stuff. And it takes somebody who loves you enough to say no. Tough love. I can't put anything in my mouth that's not good for me. So I have to. She also taught me to be completely honest. I snuck a cookie last night, not necessarily through my oral passage either. So you have to read books to know that there's another way. Yeah, but there's But mostly Shannon, I'd like to think, loves me enough to literally pick up the phone, find out who's around me and tell them, don't let him do this, don't let him do that. Keith LaRue got a phone call.
Can I tell you, I have to tell a story.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm at Paul Stanley's 60th birthday party. I'm so excited to be there. And Gene introduces me, well, he says to Shannon, he says, you know Keith. So then Gene says to me, talk to Shannon so I can go over there and get a piece of cake. But Shannon sees Gene walking away, and she says, where are you going? And Gene had the guilty look on his face, and I said he was going to get cake, and she said, no, he's not getting cake, and he's no girls and no cake. That's not...
Yeah, that's so looking good is not easy. It's tough. All the things I love that are easy, you know, sort of guilty pleasures, they're not good for me. They really aren't. And it takes somebody who, look, going to the gym, it's not fun. Somebody's going to be in your face and saying, drop and give me another 10 and do the and you're going to hate it. The result is it's good. So the easy stuff, dipping chips and watching TV and stuff, that's easy. Doesn't get the result. No pain, no gain.
Drop and give me 10.
Drop and give me 10. And I want to tell you something, because it's an open subject, because we talked about it in our TV show. I was really, really bad. Under the word bad in the dictionary is my photo. For decades. While I was together with Shannon, while she raised kids, while she did all that stuff, I wandered. And I was really bad. I hurt everybody, and I took photos of the badness and all that stuff. And when I decided to come clean and marry up and man up and stuff like that, we had a cleansing, a kind of a baptism to get the sins off me. And so we had a ritual. We burned all those photos together. It's like, bye-bye. Been there, done that. I don't have to know what it's like. And since then, I've been a good boy, I swear to God. Yeah. You have to tell me when the flights are due, because I have no idea. I don't carry a watch.
But do 2 more you get.
Okay.
What was the first song?
Can you get up on stage? Because when You're cute, and like you, they need to see you. Can I? Oh, look at that. Hold this.
What was the first song your band made?
The first song we made. Can you hold on to my arm so I don't fall over? Thank you. Well, let me see. The first song we ever did together, I think, was a song called Deuce that I wrote.
You're my favorite person in the band.
See that? I told you.
And also today is my birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. What's her name? Happy birthday, dear Maya. Happy birthday to you. Who's that, your sister? One
Gene,
more.
thanks for being here. Curious on the story behind Vinnie Vincent. How was it not working out for you guys? And was there a final straw that got him away from the Kiss? Was it? I think it was 1984.
Vinnie Vincent was a guitar player named Vincent Cusano, who Paul and I went over to write with a guy named Adam Mitchell. And there was a guy hanging out at Adam Mitchell's place. Adam Mitchell co-wrote, I think, Creatures of the Night with Paul. And he and I tried to write in some songs together. By the way, when you hear that lick, that's Adam Mitchell, because nobody could come up with that lick. He came up with that last minute. So Vincent Cusano had been writing songs with this guy Adam Mitchell and always hung out and somehow made his way, into Paul and myself. Hey, man, let's write songs together. So we started writing songs together, and then we found out he could play guitar and sang and was a multifaceted, multi-instrumentalist, and kept asking to be in the band, and we said, you can't. You're smaller, shorter. We have to feel like, the front line is like, there's a thing. And he kept at it, and we said, okay. And on Creatures of the Night, there are at least 3, maybe 4 different solo guitar players, although we used Ace on the cover, just not to piss off the fans. And then we decided to leave on tour, sold-out European tour, without the makeup. And we asked Vinnie Vincent if he wanted to come along. Before you come, you've got to sign this contract. It's not a negotiation, it's an offer of employment. You must sign it for insurance purposes. If you don't sign this, we can't take you. I promise I'll sign it, I'll promise. To this day, no matter how many times he promised he would sign, he's never signed a contract with Kiss. So he kept being thrown out of the band. I'm sorry, next tour I'll sign it. And we'd keep going out on tour with unsigned contracts because he kept wanting more and more. So finally, we fired him 3 times. Ace also 3 times. And then he started suing us. You promised this, you promised that. He's lost 14 suits, lost 3 sets of lawyers, sued some of his lawyers. One was disbarred, another one he rehired. He's starting on his 15th lawsuit. In the interim, and it's not funny, his wife, it's a matter of public record, so you should know, his wife, who was very sweet and I knew her, she gave birth to twins, was found dead on the side of a Holiday Inn because she had succumbed to prostitution. And somebody killed her, the 2 daughters are there. Vincent is still, as a matter of public record, doing legal actions, and there's nothing you can do about that. You just move on with your life. And it's a shame because he's talented beyond most people you'd meet. He can sing, he can write, he plays great. You get to sleep in the bed you make. You guys know Ace. I think he's getting up because it's time to go.
You're not done yet.
I'm not done.
We'll raffle off some goodies here. Get your tickets out. We have a Gene Simmons monster action figure. But Gene's gonna pull a winner eventually.
There we go. Make sure there's no more. Please, please, please.
Wanna give away a big one first? A real monster. You're pulling the number. And the number is...
I really want it.
Printed Blackwood office products, printed at the US. 0038695. Just like we planned it. Congratulations.
Nice one, get it.
Congratulations, young man. Thank you, sir. Okay, hold on to that. One more. Oh, I got a feeling about this one. Ready? Keep this coupon Blackwood. 0038611. Just like we planned it. Congratulations.
Can you pull my ticket from this?
Hold it tight. You're a good man. Congratulations. It's going in your mom's for...
This is going to my mom for Mother's Day. Coming here is actually her present from my stepdad.
Oh, that's very sweet. Say hello.
Hi, Mom.
What's your mom's name?
April.
Oh, I remember April. Yeah, she was back. Oh, come on. Happy birthday.
And now for the grand prize. The
grand prize.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, baby.
Can you pull my ticket for this one?
I could use two.
Or at least sign my guitar.
That's real, baby. You can use that on your wall as a piece of art, or stir your vegetables with it. Here we go. Let me close my eyes. Here it is. 0038402. Come on in. She stole our ticket, god damn it. Congratulations. Here's your ticket. Come on up. Hold it. The bass, I mean. Hold it up. That's kind of cool. Hold it up.
You're my favorite.
I love girls, don't you?
Can you please sign my guitar?
They're squishy and they make high noises. I love it. After you can take it. It's yours. Congratulations.
Hey, just so you know, we're having 3 grand prize raffles this weekend. Today, that one tonight, and one on Sunday. One of the 3 people, and you're one of them, will win a cabin on the Kiss Cruise.
Who's your best friend, Pam? Who's your best friend? Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gene Simmons.
Thanks, everybody. See ya. See ya.
Thank everybody for coming out for the 15th annual Kiss Expo. I see a lot of familiar faces. I've been to 14 of them. And we'll see you tomorrow night and also next year. Thanks.